my child does very well, primary 1, primary 2, primary 3, right? Okay, how come in primary 4, okay, results really start to drop? Okay, so this is a very common, as a coach, I've seen. And unfortunately, if you don't do anything about it, okay, I would say your child is going to continue to drop the grades, okay? So that's why it's very important we start to create the awareness that, once you start to see the grades dropping, it's time the parents need to be aware.
Correct. Yeah. So we are here also to remind, I think, areas that I think we spend too much time on holiday. Of course, we are not saying don't go holiday, okay?
Yeah. But we have to be
you have to be
practical, to see whether we spend a few, couple of days, understanding, helping the child before they go to the next level, whether it's P5, P6 or whatever, So we want to create that. So we have a few reasons why, if you are just understanding, how come my child don't do well, did I tell you the story about one of my students say, I used to be an A student, but things really go down the hill. So
it's quite common actually, yes.
So we have to. So what is the first reason that why, the top reason why, how come, also need to be aware and also understand what's happening, because it also happened to me when I was young, where
same, right.
So my mother was going to ask the teacher, how come last time was 90, now it's 85. Okay, it's 5 marks, okay, but to her it's big.
And now 5 marks is one achievement level.
But of course you cannot expect your child to be doing 90s every year, right? So we must know that first thing, most important is what? Things get harder, right, Mimi?
Things get harder. I think the important thing we want to take away is really that foundation is all about foundation. Anything that we do, and if we are not providing the support for our kids, especially they are very young, they don't have foundation skills, then they will struggle for sure as they progress to a higher level.
Correct.
I think as an academic also, right, we know that things that we teach at a high level will always be stemmed from recalling what they've learned before. If they are lacking in there's a big gap, you're not helping them to bridge, then they will definitely not have the foundation.
Yes. So I think when you talk about difficulty and talk about foundations, right? Okay, of course the first reason is it gets harder, right? Second thing is the foundations are not right. So we talk about harder, okay? So of course as you go, because our, in Singapore or any other country where we always want to up our skills in the child's learning skills, right? So of course, if you know the text, that we have this taxonomy, I think it's called Bloom's taxonomy.
Taxonomy.
Correct. So your most basic skills is about your child skill is about recalling. After that, it's about understanding, and after that, more and more difficult skills. Correct. So of course we can talk more about that later. But one more thing is we must be aware it's more difficult because the skills required are more difficult. And also in primary 4, there's science also. Okay, primary 3 there's science really, but primary 4 science gets more intense and more challenging. Where you also subsequently is going to be open-ended. So we talk about open-ended, the skills already, right?
Yes, that's why I think when we talk about science, a lot of parents, not moms.
Science teacher,
Science teacher. I think a lot of us don't expect how important the English is when it comes to science, deciphering the questions, and also how they phrase their answers.
Maths also, right?
Maths, especially when they're calculating. Later when they move on to
problem sum,
problem sum, it's chemistry, all this is all physics or math. So if they really don't know from primary school, they're going to really struggle. But I think that is where we can really come in, right, and be involved and help them, because after all, you are able to. I think a lot of parents feel like, I don't know science, you're a science teacher, of course you know. I don't know, but actually it's not about at all what you know, but it's about how you support them as
supporting science.
Support them.
Understanding what kind of topics they are having. Maybe this is just very simple, or actually bring them to like science, or watching science YouTube. That could be
right. And now a lot of fun experiments that you can do with them to pick their interest. And it wasn't the mindset also. because when you drill them with paper pen, even though it's essential, I think there's a way to you need
Correct.
to do it lah.
Science is very very lively kind of subject, so actually the kitchen is the best source, right? Kitchen is where you learn a lot about science.
Yes, that like later they will learn, right, about adding starch. Then you can do very simple experiments at home. And even in math, like for the kids, you can just get them, like I buy the fake money.
Okay.
Buy that one, and then you just pretend like you're buying things. Then you get them to buy the TV. Then they're like giving you $1,000 over dollars. So they really like this kind of
okay.
real life application stuff, which you can do very easily. I feel that, and you also have to build the relationship with your kids lah. Yeah, can be done, right? Anybody can do it. Okay, you don't need to be like.
Yes,
but
correct.
Really, I think that's where we want to also create awareness, whereby if you really don't know, right? If you really don't know, then what do you do, right? What do you do? So we also want to give one tip lah before, or at least 1 or 2 tips to take away. Actually, we give a few already, right?
Give a few. Yeah, be lively lah. Make the child interested. Whether is it bringing them to a park to see about life sciences, or whether it's in the kitchen doing your cooking and explaining what is heat and temperature, what is expansion. These are the things that I feel these are really very good tips already. Right? Okay, what's the next reason why the student don't do well as to go higher level?
Okay, so we already covered difficulty increase, right?
Yes.
And then also because of lacking foundation, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, that's the second one actually we wanted to talk about. So I think when parents get results, they're like, oh no, what am I going to do? Let's say your primary 1, primary 2 child is really not performing. Doesn't mean it's the end of the world, or doesn't mean your child cannot be in academic excel later on. So that's why you really need to plan and get some help to at least bring it, mitigate now, because you still have time to do it actually.
Correct. Yeah. So for those helpless parents, or those when they say that be involved for this, you really do not know. Okay, I'm going to give a free 30 minutes consultation. I'll give the link later. Okay, so the number 3, so that's to help everybody to, of course, it's first come first serve. And the third reason I want to really share is about the children itself, the mindset also. They can breeze through primary 1, primary 2, primary 3, let's say. Okay, but I will tell you this important phrase. Okay, I will tell you only for secrets. Okay,
wow.
Intelligence can only bring you somewhere only.
Yeah,
it cannot bring you further. Okay, so a lot of children think they are smart. They can breeze through. Don't have to study. Don't have to revise. Wow, they still get 90. Okay, but I tell you, it will not work after P4. I will tell you, I will swear it will not work. And I see a lot of smart kids really fail terribly. It's like, I will tell you a story it's actually, okay, I'm not trying to boast or anything, but it's my son to tell me that, when they are in primary 1, primary 3, oh, this boy always with me one, I get 90, he also get 90, every time. And after that, P4 cannot see him anymore, because P4 is the time you also change class as well, I think. Right, P4 or P5, there will be a time when you change class. Like they will put all the more competitive people together so that they can learn better. Okay, that's a bad thing actually. So you tell me, I never see him in my class again. So it's a very huge, because one class is about 30 to 40 people.
40 students, yeah.
So imagine your same level as you, you get the same grades, but when you go to a certain level, they're not there. I mean, this is every time I hear is. And then what happened to the child that being left behind? They really cannot climb up anymore because they lost confidence, or maybe
complacent also.
Or they really have no support. So I want to bring out the attention that it's really very sad, if you think that your child is so nice, so good, primary 1, primary 3, right? The problem is after that, can they want them keep up and then continue to help themselves forward? It's not about comparing others, but you yourself, are you improving, or are you dropping much more than you improve? Right?
That's the other end, right, of the spectrum. I think for parents, you really, either way, you must sustain that kind of rigor for your child, and really don't know how. I think that's where we have coaches like Jasline, or even for me in my school, we do give them extra support in terms of study tips and strategies because we
Study
want
skills, self-study. Yes.
exactly, and it's not just about giving them the content. Like for example, my daughter is learning about animals, right?
Yes.
Whatever habitat things like that. I'm already teaching her before she's
Oh.
primary. So before that, I realized there's a big gap. They don't even know how to categorize, classify.
Classification, yeah, that's the skills, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
To
skills.
them, maybe it's the same. If
Correct.
two legs one is maybe the same.
They're not in preschool anymore. You really have to start to keep up with that pace of the school lah. So
Right.
don't be afraid. I think the other tip, you just don't be afraid to push them because they actually can. I think most of them just
I think a lot of parents think it's like stressing out the kids.
yeah.
But I think it's a learning, that actually you are actually okay. To me, a lot of times I feel that they don't even know their textbook very well sometimes.
Yeah.
So I feel it's also your awareness of the situation and tell me, like, frankly speaking, okay, it's really your textbook. You're not been reading. Probably you need to go back again. So the school holiday is time for you to make them understand that it's important they keep up with what they have done, so that when they have a better foundation, they can go to the next level in a comfortable way.
And you're helping them also because when you leave them you give them the whatever support you need, right? They actually feel confident when they're in school, and then they naturally become more motivated. Whereas you keep them hanging, and then in school they
get more and more demoralized.
Then it's very hard for you to come in at that point already. So yeah, I think use these holidays wisely, and we also have
yes, I'm gonna share my yes. Okay, this is my 1 day motivation camp. Okay, so it's to start the write notes lah.
Wow, running out already. 3 seats.
Yeah. Sorry.
3 seats left.
3 seats left. Yeah. 3 seats. Really. I have a very small class. Okay? So it's on 2nd of December, and for us it's early bird. For people who join me in this live, okay, I'm going to give it at just a price of $219. Okay. So it's very, very, very wonderful when you can start the motivation. Plus, I also do a lot of hands-on and role play. We had so much fun. Yeah, and we learn how to organize. Okay, basic skills is organization, filing skills. I will do hands-on.
Wow, sometimes these kids they don't even know how to flip the page.
Correct.
The other day, my daughter, she mixed out one whole page.
Of what?
For one of my revision papers. And then I say,
really?
why this page I never know? And it's like her strongest skill which she missed out. Then I say, so you'll be surprised how your marks can go down by this kind of silly mistakes. So when you remind them, actually they do remember, and that's where you guys come in lah. Most parents, I feel.
Correct. Okay, so just now we talk about the free consultation. If you really find that child's grades are dropping, so I'm going to give you five consultation time. Okay. Yeah. So this is the link. Yeah. Thank you so much. So this is the link. Sorry. So this is the link where you can.
And it's free.
30 minutes. Okay. Yeah. So really for genuine parents who want to have a child. Okay. I don't deal with parents who just want to send them to me and that's it. Okay. I need hands-on parents, okay, and genuinely interested and maybe having too much tuition but it's not helping, okay.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so where you want to find out really what's going on, because I do a lot of these professional one-to-one consult, where I understand what's the problem of the kids and give the appropriate, because a lot of times when you go for tuition center or one-to-one tuition, after a year I don't see the results I want, or the child gets worse. Okay, so I hope to give the kind of, I also put in a comment later, thank you so much. And that's just now about my course. Okay, it's called SAFE. Alright, study, arrange, friends and emotions. So correct, because it's so important, because these are the four elements that help the child to grow in school, and I want them to be really truly happy studying and learning.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a physical class, and just now we wrote about this, and this is the link here, https://bit.ly/SAFE. Okay, so I also put in the link there. Okay, and I really hope everybody can quickly sign up so that you can finish the class. Yes, if you don't like the date, right, you can go to the link and then choose other dates. Because this is the first class for this December holidays, and I expect there will be a few more classes. So you indicate your favorite date first, so you get to set the class to your date.
Your spot, because there's only how many that we can
Yes, and this is my 4th run already. So you lock in the price. The next time, if you cannot make it, you can also go for the next run. All right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Amazing. Awesome.
Okay. So those more things, see pictures. I know how we help the children to be more organized. Okay, and also solutions. Okay, and just testimonials that the parents say about after they send their child to the course. They become more organized and also more awareness. And these are the testimonials from kids itself. Yeah. So they also learn to make new friends. Okay, and this is the pictures. That pretty fun. Okay, so actually we have even like 14-year-old joining me as well. So you can indicate you want a big, like your child is bigger group or lower group. But generally we'll stick to 9 to 12 years old, okay, for this class, right? So yeah, so role play lah, how to be, good classmate, bad classmate, we learn, we learn act as parents. So importantly is we want to get as many people as possible, okay, so that we actually spread that, how to get your child to start learning and have the right attitude towards studying.
Correct. Very important. It will really save them, especially when they go out to independent learning, tertiary level, or later you go to work, you go internship. These are the skills that you give them early, and then it becomes very easy for them to perform at any level. Yeah.
Okay, correct. So, and I also give a consultation after the course that you can continue how to help the child after the course. It's not just one course, but I really want to help parents to continue the momentum,
Yeah, very important. Yeah, and this holiday, just a reminder, right?
Yes.
Don't release your child too much. Keep them going. To be honest, actually, we only have about 6 weeks before they actually start the new year. So you really need to use your time wisely. Of course, we're not saying don't let them rest, but it's about varying how they revise. So we can use video.
Give them start the attitude, right? Yes. Get the things they do not know to set it to learn.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be sit and do worksheet only. Okay, so there are a lot of ways, and of course you can always talk to us and get whatever tips that you need. Okay, we'll be happy to share. But yeah, you can probably do that at Jasline's consultation. 30 minutes more. Wow, amazing. Okay, go for it.
Thank you, Mimi. Okay, we'll see
Thank
each
you.
other. Okay, again.
Have a
Okay,
good
bye.